welcome to episode 2 of Black Boys Watch. I am one of your hosts, Josh. I am so excited to talk to y'all tonight. It's been another exciting week in the Big Brother house. And we're just going to get straight into our introductions tonight. Wait, give me one second. I don't think I was ready. I don't think I was ready to start yet, but there's like 2 of y'all watching. I'm going to get it together. All right. All right, here we go. He is one of the co-founders of Cake Wars, 8 Ball Wash, soon to be changed because I did get a promotion. No, that's right. Give it up for Derek. Woo-woo! Hey, Derek. Baby, you on mute.
Hello. Head chef in the building. Yes. I am the Gordon Ramsay of Cake Wars of Twitter. Yes. Except I am an elevated version of Gordon Ramsay, just without the paychecks. Yes.
All that was 100% accurate. And oddly enough, I am actually the only one on the team that gets paid. And I didn't even balance it. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving. He is known for Give It Up for Lee Lewis. Woo!
Hi guys. I just want to say that I recently just won Cake Wars, so shout out.
Come on, Cake Wars. Yes.
I did forget.
We won't talk about all sides. It's
oddly funny enough you said that because you did play in All Stars yesterday. And do you want to tell the audience how you did in All Stars, Lee?
That wasn't me.
It's okay. I'll tell them. There was a round. Lee was in a round with like all winners, and they all went home. It was very unfortunate. I thought the winners were gonna bring it in All Stars.
Production set up that moment to have.
To be fair, none of us like eliminated any of the bakers last night. Any of the chefs. We were unbiased last night. It's true. Lastly, this person needs no introduction. King of Live
She's back.
He's back. Yes, he was out in the trenches for charity, doing the whole Survivor thing. Give it up. Let's woo-woo!
What's up, everybody? I'm back again. Welcome to season 2 of Black Boy Watch. You may have missed me last week, but the Megan McCain of Black Boy Watch is back. And I'm here. I'm excited. And I'm excited to give y'all my hot takes because, Rich, Big Brother I gave y'all very much Megan McCain. Megan McCain might be leaving The View, but King Lance is not leaving Black Boy Watch. So let's get it. Let's go tonight, baby.
Welcome back, Lance.
You heard it from Lance himself.
So I wants to know, what's this about, y'all? So, we're about to explain. We're about to get right into that.
Wait. Before you get into that, our heads at the bottom, we look like a Mount Rushmore. Like a Rushmore.
Baby. It's giving
I love it. It's giving everything it's supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the silence there for a second, y'all. Sorry about that. But we're talking week 2 of Big Brother, y'all. It's another weekend. And so let's Anthony McCain.
How are you guys feeling about week 2 of Big Brother in one word?
Exciting.
Okay.
Predictable.
Bored. Listen. And I say that because, here's why I say that. I ain't gonna flex. As a fan of Big Brother, every other season, I ain't gonna hold it up. Every other season, I'm like, baby, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bored. I want a little stress. I want just a little bit. I say that now and then. I get to a point where I'm just like, damn, why? Yeah. But I will just give me a little reason to sweat. That's it.
Okay, so I know we're gonna dive into week 2, but I had the reflection today that I feel like when we get to the second week of Big Brother, that's kind of where I've lately been losing interest. And I thought about the last season that I was fairly into Big Brother, and for me, I think it's this season that Steve won. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Because I feel is the show kind of over? How can the show be saved? I don't know. For me, I'm kind of checked out. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah, I definitely could tap in on that for you because for me, it gave very much so hey, if you do what everybody want to do, what will we have next? Yeah, so I feel like week 3 would definitely pick up on that aspect. But it was a week that was like, oh, if I miss an episode, I can watch it on demand later. It wasn't nothing I was like tuned in, like, oh, I have to watch. I wasn't as invested in live feeds this week because everything just seems to go like, it gave very much house plan, and Kai did a lot of what the house wanted to do. But, I love a little chaos, so I kind of wanted like Frenchie to win some type of wild card or something just to keep craziness going on and paranoia going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not checked out. It's weird. I'm not checked out. I think the reason why I'm not checked out is because the edit actually hasn't been terrible. I'd say the only awful episode there was Frenchie's nomination episode, because I don't think it painted a full picture, and they had to stick with that storyline going into the next episode. Whereas I feel like the DRs have been great. I feel like they've captured some really good moments here and there. They could go a step further, I think, with the storyline and get to like the meat of like the actual issues in the house and how Brent has been treating the woman. I think that's one that could have been a little explored in tonight's episode. But I'm not checked out. And I'm with Derek as well as far as like wanting him to struggle a little bit. But I think the reason why I don't care too much is in previous seasons, when we've seen a steamroll like this, the steamroll continues the whole season. I don't think when we get to like final 11, final 10, when all the people we like are still left, I don't think it's going to be easy for anyone. And I think we will see more alliances form, more blocks being formed, more voting blocks. I think we'll see actual strategy late in the game, whereas in past seasons, it's been really boring to watch once we hit the jury. So,
Man, I'm excited. It's a streamer that's going, my way this season. So I guess that's why I'm feeling like, just give me a little bit, but I'll take it. It's keeping, my people safe. Our lovely Black people are still there. They're still thriving. There are people who are not happy about that, but that's okay because they're still there. They're 1 week closer to the check, and that's good. Yeah. But we got HOH last week. It was that shark and what was it? I forgot what it's called exactly. It was like
Shark and Ball.
Yeah, shark and ball competition. A little bit like hockey, I guess you can say, like a little hockey, hockey kick to it. Brent took the lead for a while, I think, until Kylan snatched it from him, and then Kylan sat on it and didn't take it. I thought Brent was in the best spot, honestly, in that competition after he took it, and then I was like, okay, I don't think anybody else is going to be able to get it. And then Kylan was like 3 people maybe behind him, and ended up getting his shot. So Kylan was our new HOH, and we go from there.
So guys, if y'all had to pick a spot to be in that HOH, like let's sit here for like 5 seconds, pick a number, and make sure we don't pick the same number to see where you would have been for the HOH. Because that, for me, like I know where I would have picked, but I don't know if I would have had a really good shot doing it. So let's play a quick little game real quick. It was numbers like from 10 all the way to like 30-ish, I think. So let's do that. Give 5 seconds, and then shout out a number, and let's see if we picked any of the same.
Wait, but where is the best number though? Like 30 is the best, and it goes down, right?
Well, 30 is actually the worst. I would think. It was the hardest.
Yeah, 30 is like further. Yeah, like the hardest.
Because Alyssa was at like 10, and she got hers like straight on, and she was the first person to score, and then Brent, and then Kai. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
17.
15. I said 15.
Okay.
I said 17.
Lee, I was wiping you out, and Josh, you wasn't coming for
me. That's the point. Okay. Like it's week 2. Okay. It's week 2. Like, I wouldn't want to be HOH and get like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Kylan wins that HOH, and he
first
plays
black male to win HOH.
Yes, it's Devin.
Yeah, Devin.
Yeah, since Devin. Yeah, U.S. Devin. Yes. He wins.
What other Devin were you thinking about?
No, I was saying like U.S. because
U.S. male black winner.
Ty won, and Ty and Brady.
Oh yeah, Ty. I was like, I don't know the Devins. Yeah, you're right.
So Kai wins. He takes his HOH, and he pretty much says that he wasn't talking to anybody the first night. It was just a chill first night for him. That second day, which would have been that Friday for them, nomination day, they had the wild card as well. They played that competition, and who played in it again?
It was Sarah Beth, Frenchie, and Brent.
Yeah, Frenchie and Brent. And before that, Colin was discussing his nominees being Frenchie going up, and I can't remember if Brittany was an option. I don't even know if he was telling anybody. But yeah, but Sarah Beth ends up winning that competition, and then Colin he starts to rush in these conversations because he didn't take the time before to do that. So he's rushing in conversations. He's giving everybody 5 minutes. Me watching this on feeds, I'm like, when they called it and they turned the feeds off, I tweeted, I'm like, wait, why does it seem like he only talked to like 4 people? And they was like, no, he talked to everyone. I'm like, it's literally went by so quick. It seemed like he didn't get to talk to anybody. Yeah. So anybody else catch that? How did y'all feel about his conversations and how he went about running his first week of being an HOH?
I thought the conversation.
I didn't watch the feeds, but like from the show's perspective, I thought he didn't handle it well, like shutting people out like right away. This game is definitely like a marathon, and I think you just have to think about the future and like not like so much in the moment. That was my take on it, but I didn't watch any of the feeds.
Just to add to that shutting thing out, he was like legit on the kick of like, what time is it? Asking what time it was during these conversations because he wanted to be strict to that 5-minute rule per person. So I would be a little turned off by that. So,
it's smart because they can't use the logic of, oh, well, Kylan was in here with Sarah Beth for like 30 minutes, but with Brent for like 5. It's the same way. So they can't really, they got to find another reason. And Kylan made that happen. So.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way. That's smart.
Yeah, like I was someone who watched feeds and then also seen the edited version. I personally think he handled it well. At the end of the day, it's week 2. The house pretty much already has a target, but you have to put other people up or think of other options if you want to backdoor Frenchie, being that he's been a comp beast. So he had to really evaluate things on a really quick, fast-paced motive. And the episode edit really gave what it really gave in the house. Like it was quick fire. And the person who gave him the least was Miss Brittany. Because she's playing that old loyalty game. But like honestly, for me, if Frenchie was any of y'all teammates, what would be y'all thought process going into that deliberation with the HOH, knowing that Frenchie is the target?
I mean, honestly, Frenchie,
yeah,
Frenchie can go.
Yeah,
Frenchie can go. Real quick, I just wanted to throw this in there. Kylan, okay, so Kylan honestly was set up to have one of the easiest. HOH we've probably ever seen. Frenchie literally threw this week at him and said, here, I'm ready to go, take me out, blah, blah, blah. Like, without a doubt, because everybody wanted this to happen. Like, it's something that was bound to happen. And then the HOH this week probably has the same exact situation. So it's interesting to see how it's all going to play out.
You think the HOH this week going to have it as easy as Kai?
Well, with the guy, yes. With Brent, yes. I do think so. Because mostly everybody, his own team threw the competition to get him out. Like a lot of the people in the house, I think every person in this house said something about getting Brent out this week. So
yeah. And back to the Brittany Frenchie nominations. What was y'all reaction to how Brittany handled that? Like, girl, baby girl, you knew that Frenchie was the target. Like, do y'all think she overreacted, or do y'all feel like that's how y'all would have handled it also?
Whenever Brittany reacts to something, and a lot of fans don't do this and they don't have to, but like, she does have autism. So like, I like look at it from a different perspective. I'm like, for her, this was probably a huge heartbreak, a huge like moment in this house. She doesn't have fans, like family and friends. And I get that. It's like that for everyone, but not everyone has that same mindset as her because she does have autism. So I did feel for her a little bit. Like maybe the first like 3 to 4 minutes, like when she was crying in Ozza's arms, I was just like, baby girl is just really hurt. And she was just comforting her. And I would have loved that hug too, like if I were Brittany. But a little bit after that, I was like, all right, Brittany, I was like, I'm like, come down. I'm a little over it. No shade. Like, it's just, I felt bad for a little bit, but like, I can't feel bad for you the entire episode. Like, you're going to have to pick it up and find a way, find some way to get past this. So.
Can I just say in that moment, like where Ozzy and Brittany were hugging, and like Frenchie came in, and he's like, "Let me talk to her," and Ozzy was like, "No, like chill." Like I was living for Ozzy in that moment, but like at the same time, I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like she cannot like her poker face is like she just cannot hide it. Like it is what it is with Ozzy. But I definitely do agree with Josh. I think people have to look at like that. Her having autism. She handles things differently, and I do think it was a bit much, but like I understood it. Like I mean, going on the block for the first time, it's probably heartbreaking for anybody. So even though you like have like the perfect person that you're like nominated again.
What are y'all thoughts?
I'm trying to tiptoe around it the right way.
Yeah, because
for me, yeah, go ahead, Derek. I'll give mine after.
So, listen, y'all. It's touchy topic, but we're getting there. Yeah. I've worked in healthcare with people who have disabilities and such as like autism and things like that, and I've always learned to put the person first and the disability last. Mm-hmm. So that's why when I watch this game, I strictly think about Brittany the person. That's what I'm watching. Yeah. I don't think about me personally. I didn't even know Brittany had autism until Matt pointed out on the timeline, trying to pretty much shame someone else for laughing at something that Brittany did, saying that it was bad because she had autism. We're watching a TV show. We're looking at people, Yeah. Brittany has this. Brittany has autism, yes, but when you're watching this, you're not looking at this saying, "Oh, Brittany has autism." I'm looking at something Brittany, the person, is doing. And I get what people are saying. I get what people are saying. Trust me, I don't want people making fun of anybody who has a disability or just anybody for any reason. But Brittany's a person. She signed up to play a game that 15 other people are inside playing too, and she's subjected to the same thing, the same laughter that everyone else is going to get. So, yeah.
Before you go, Lance, I do want to touch on just something I'm observing and how you're portraying Brittany in the house. Mm-hmm. And when I hear the way you portray Brittany, I'm like, people portray us the same way as Black people. They're like, they're in the house. It's not about race. It's not about this. It's not about that. They're people. And people say that every season. They're saying it now about us in the house. And I'm like, we have to look at it that way.
It's different, Josh. That's race, and we're talking about her having a disability. That's different.
Because I don't feel no one in the house is.
I'm not saying it's. I'm not. Look, hear me out. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm not saying it's the same energy, but I am saying that you can't like completely erase her disability when you're looking at her in this house. You can't.
Right. Yeah, I can, because why are we putting this handicap on her inside of this house if she's not strictly putting it on herself? It's the fans doing that. I'm not going to. Brittany has a disability, yes, but that's in the right, in the most right way possible. That's for her family to cater to. That's for her family to take care of and to nurture to. Us as fans, we're watching a TV show, and it's not the same as a Black person going in and we're saying like them getting, hate for different things. It's not the same at all. Josh, but I do get the point of what you're making, but I'm just saying it's just not the same.
I'm gonna disagree. I think it's I think it's kind of the same. Look, she can't control that. We can't control the color of her skin. She cannot control having autism. It is quite literally almost the same thing. And I don't think people should take that into account. Especially like if like Azah or like any other Black person in the house who's overreacting. They're going to get seen as like something else in other seasons. Brittany is the only one in that house with autism.
But nobody is treating Brittany any differently because of her disability. People treat Black people differently because of the color of their skin.
Okay. Yeah, and just to touch on that, we even had Ian play last season, as well as he's a former winner in battle with that. But in her package, Brittany did talk about how she's over all the accolades that she have overcome being autistic. But like for me, if I was in the house, her autism would not be a factor for me, but I would get a little drained by, how she would handle certain things. Like just me as a viewer watching, I'll be like, okay, like I'll give you that little pep talk once or twice, but constantly hearing about it and moping about it for 5 days when girl, who's the target, it come on, like who y'all think could have been a person that Kai could have put on the block that would have been easy? Because I feel Brittany's going to hold that grudge all season long. When she first chance she gets, she's going to target Kai. So who do y'all think is someone that he could have put up as a safe bet to keep himself on the same level of an easy HOH week and not piss off anyone and would have got out of it clean? Alyssa,
I don't
maybe?
think anybody would have agreed to go up.
Yeah, nobody's going to agree, just like Brittany did. But who would not hold that grudge?
I was going to say Alyssa, maybe like somebody like Alyssa.
No, Brittany was the right choice. She's not that connected.
That is true. Brittany was the right choice.
Perfect choice. For me,
and then Brittany also, let's touch on what you said. Brittany also made it very clear that the deal she made with Kylan was just for this upcoming week. Brittany's not HOH this week, so that deal to Brittany is gone now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So we get the nominations, Brittany and Frenchie. We move into the veto. Right after veto picks, feeds come back, and we figure out that veto picks are Frenchie, Brittany, Kylan, Derek X, Tiffany, and one more, Alyssa. And Frenchie, the first words we heard was, "This couldn't have gone any better." He thought it was a great veto pick. He was excited about the veto pick.
No, he said it was the worst. Frenchie said
last week he said it was the worst. Last week he said it was the worst. This week he said it was the best one. He thought it was best because he figured that Brittany, because he just wanted Brittany to be safe. He wanted Brittany to come off the block. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking it differently because I could have sworn he was like really like, "It's no one up here that would save me. This is like one of the worst things that could have ever happened." He was
I don't know if he said during the episode did he say this?
Yeah, he was disappointed.
Okay. I'm speaking off. I'm speaking off of feeds because I know on the feeds he was saying that only person that couldn't win was Alyssa. Like that's the only thing he was worried about was Alyssa winning. Anyway, none of them won. Derek X won the veto, second one in a row. How we feel about that? He's killing it. Do we think he's making himself a bigger target? Or we think he's chilling. Like
honestly, I feel like
he's chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's making himself a target.
Honestly, for me, now I feel like they would have to backdoor him. If anyone is ever targeting him, he's going to have to be a backdoor option because they're going to be worried about that. But he honestly could be our new crown veto king. Like it's already week 2 and you already got 2 under your belt. Let him make it deep when he's always in a veto. He's a force.
Yeah, but I just think like Lee said, he's making himself a target. And I do see what Josh said. He's chilling. He's chilling now, but I also think people are thinking, like people will have to start thinking at some point, especially if he wins more. If I was him, I would do just like he did, jumping up, but just like he did tonight, throw the competition. You don't need to win it, especially if you don't need to win it. But if you're not in trouble and you don't have to win it, don't win it. There's no reason for him to win.
Mm-hmm.
But he won this week.
The guy that you saved with your veto the week before is the HOH. You're good. I just think he should have just thrown this.
Y'all say hey to Charlie.
Hey, baby.
We miss you.
Period. But yeah, so Derek X wins this veto. We see in the ceremony. I don't remember too much of the game talk that happened after this veto. I know it was very clear that he wasn't going to use it. I know he talked to Brittany before the picks, and him and Brittany talked about him using her, but that didn't happen. Derek X did not use this veto at the ceremony. He was loyal he gave his word to Kylan that he wouldn't use it. And I think everybody's pretty much on the same page with the target this week. Everybody except for, Brittany was forced to be on the same page with it after she was put on the block next to him. But so veto wasn't used. Shocker there, no shocker there. And then we head into the veto.
There was an angle in the episode where he did approach Kylan and Derek X about maybe them using the veto because he's a bigger target than them, and those would work together.
Yes.
Which was the right approach for Frenchie.
But we got to give Derek F that accolade because Frenchie gave up and Derek F pushed that. So don't die. Don't die on the sword. Fight. You fought for a whole week, winning 3 freaking comps. Go out there. The veto hasn't been used. Anything can happen in this game. Anyone can become a new target. One day changes everything. So, yeah.
I still don't feel like he tried enough. I still don't feel like he campaigned enough. He led his campaign was I'm not going to campaign against Brittany. But this, I'm just like, actually, I don't think either one of them campaigned enough. You should have sent them both out this week. But yeah, I don't think he campaigned enough for somebody who wanted to be there. I know he didn't want to like go against Brittany that hard, but at the same time, if you don't want to go home, if you don't feel like this is your time, pull out the stops. Do what you got to do. You have Frenchie was on the block for 6 days. Pull out the stops. Just do what you got to do. Like figure some shit out, you know. So, and I know sometimes there's nothing you can do. I get that, but I still feel like he didn't do enough in a sense. So, did too much last week, not enough this week.
The thing about Frenchie is like he's very conflicting. Like we'll see him say like one thing on the feeds, but like when you watch the episodes, he's like, "Oh, like they think I'm giving up, but I'm playing possum and I'm gonna like strike." And like to me, like he just did not give that at all. Like I think he gave up the second Kylan was announced HOH. Like he knew he was leaving.
Yeah, because on the episodes they didn't even show where Frenchie was talking about quitting, where he was like laying in the room. They only had cams on two cameras. Wasn't showing the Frenchie cam at all because Frenchie was in this floor where he was saying he was going to quit. He wasn't fighting to be there at all. So very much TV changer. You know, he changes for TV. The DR.
Yeah. I saw a clip like where he was worried that like if he got evicted, like he would have to like be sequestered for like a couple of weeks and like not see his family. I'm just like, oh my god.
No.
I didn't really care for his whole family bit at all. It was just I was
not
over
the cows,
it.
Josh.
No, I'm over it, girl. Like I'm over the whole family thing. Like you literally signed up for this. You signed up for this. Like everyone misses their family, and I had to hear that word so much this week from him, especially on the episodes. I'm like, girl, give it up.
Yeah, it was a lot.
You're going home.
Yeah, and then how do we feel about Frenchie going around collecting items from the house guests, talking about he's collecting them for the charity of Hearts of Reality? If that is true, Frenchie, yes, thank you. But before that happened, y'all, earlier this week, Frenchie made a comment about, actually, I don't remember if he said it on the episode or if it was just on the feeds, about the comment about how he was working so hard to play this game because he was going to donate some of his money to the Children's Hospital. Well, when Derek F called him, or not called him out, but said something to him like, you're playing for this, you're playing for that, you know, the Children's Hospital, he was like, he's like, I kind of didn't want that to come out. He's like, I'm a little bit upset that I let that come out, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much saying he was upset that he let the fact that he was playing for a children's hospital come out. And I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, what do y'all think? Y'all, like, I don't know. It just seems scary.
There's no need to do that week two. He's used another time where he's used a marginalized group of people for his benefit in the game. And I think at this point, he wants to be seen as somebody that's appreciated by people like us, like the Stan side of Twitter, and the people who like watch the feeds and the people
he come from that Twitter world.
Because he comes from this world, he wants to be accepted. You know, we all see how Andy, you know, season 15, you know, he was on that, how much he wants to be accepted in, you know, that Twitter world. He wants that same kind of glory, if I had to compare it to something. So I don't like it. It makes me cringe.
It has to be genuine. Like,
and it's not.
It's not at all.
What about the light his ass up?
Oh baby.
That's what I say. He's gonna have to be someone that that people do a safety check on him, because he was someone in his original package talking about, I got a pamphlet of moves that players should have made to get themselves the W. Baby, you didn't take none of that going into season 23. Like, you went and played too hard, too fast. And I was literally watching a video of like some of the biggest Big Brother burnouts ever, and they already made a video including Frenchie in it. Like, he burned out too freaking fast. And also, I know it's eating him up inside knowing that he had the ability to be safe this week. Yeah, I could have caused chaos and been safe the whole week. Julian even made him play, and see in your mind that you would have won, it would eat me up. So I know he's dying inside.
And that is one of 3 times Frenchie could have saved himself. Because he had that opportunity. He also had the wild card opportunity, and he was on the block and had power veto and didn't save himself not either of those times. And I think it's the funniest thing.
Yeah. Oh, how the tables turn. The tables turn. Because it goes from like the person on the block survived the block to win an HOH and knock out the person who put them on the block. It was such an amazing story arc for me from week 1 to week 2. And that's why I'm excited to jump into like what week 3 is going to give. because I ain't gonna lie. Like Derek, I saw you tweeted a lot. Like you need some Big Brother scares. I need a scare. I ain't gonna lie. I would love Xavier this week to come give me some Ozza Derek F on the block, baby. Just
We
to
ain't
have my
getting that.
blood
Nah,
a
I
little
think
bit.
that's asking for too much now, Lance.
Keep dreaming. It's not
Right.
happening.
That's asking for
Just a
too
little
much
bit.
now, Lance.
Wait, are you?
I
So
love- I
wait,
love-
Derek, are
I
you
love
wanting?
Ozza.
Are you wanting like a Derek X and like Claire up then?
No. This week I don't want my stress to happen. I know it's not going to happen.
Okay.
I
Okay,
was
that's-
saying before the HOH, like before X1, I'm talking about like, give me a Brent HOH. Just let me sweat just a little bit, because
Yeah.
it's weird, y'all. I'm sure y'all can relate.
Yeah,
It's
wild
so
card.
weird being in a
Think
position
about
to
it.
where you don't have to worry.
Like,
Yeah. Go ahead, Liam.
Go ahead.
no, it's fine. You can go.
No, I was just saying, like, this week I think is going to give it because think about it. Xavier's team is Sarah Beth, Kristen, Alyssa. Kristen and Alyssa is easy people he could have put out. Now that opens the floor to like him having Whitney and Brent, but they still got the wild card. We don't know. Every week it has changed. 1 week it was safety, then 1 week it was switch of teams. This week, Julian,
I think they're gonna shuffle.
giving them. Yeah, they're doing a crazy something that could literally cause some of our people that we love and we favor to easily have to be his new nominees or targets. This game has been crazy.
There's too many people though. Like for Justice League
I don't
R6,
see anybody black
Watch,
touching the
you'll
block.
see.
I don't
Brent
see
and
anybody black
Whitney.
touching the block.
Brent and Whitney might wind up being saved this week. You'll gag.
They might be safe, but
that
he'll
could be
still
because they're in
have.
the same teams. Yeah.
But I think this wild card, I think it's gonna shuffle the teams. If whoever wins it takes the offer, that's
Okay.
one. And I think all the teams will be shuffled except for Xavier, and I think he'll stay on his team. Whoever lands on his team will be safe. So that's one. Two, I also think if Brett and Whitney do end up on his team somehow and they're safe.
Look, I got people pull out their nerve pills. Yo,
He hasn't started yet. He hasn't started yet.
I just quoted a Derek tweet that I just want to say my things that would make my nerves go crazy. That I would love to see, but I don't want it to happen because Ozza, her face be killing it on live feeds, but she is my girl. Derek F, he's slowly dropping in my ranks because of the one comment that he did say about, I have to speak on it. He's talking about he want a straight son so that he can go to their games and play. Like, we are all gay men.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't play sports my whole life. I don't know what some of y'all have done, but I could be a gay man and still play these sports and be a good ass athlete. And you can still come to my games, Dad.
Absolutely.
So him saying that kind of like just got me a little whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
So he definitely.
Wait, before we move, I want to finish my thought real quick. I think he'll still have options with Christian, Alyssa, Brittany, and if you get even deeper into it, he could even go. I don't think he'll do Claire.
Wait, Josh, what are you talking about? Xavier?
Yeah,
Well, he can't do Christian and Alyssa because they're on his team.
I know.
Oh, he's-
Oh, you mean like if it shuffles? If it
This
shuffles.
was the scenario I was trying to
Okay.
paint. I'm like, if somehow
Yeah.
like all this gets shuffled around, which is what I think will happen, he still has options.
Oh my God! Could you imagine them shuffling the teams and then Chris, Alyssa, and Sarah Beth not being safe anymore?
Baby.
The gang.
I would like freak out.
But I want the person, whoever wins the wild card tomorrow, to take the safety. Like, fuck protecting somebody else's team.
it.
Take the safety and
Because it's
listen.
probably
They also
over
want-
after this
they-
week anyway.
They want Brett gone for
Yeah, true.
good reasons. They don't think he'd be stable enough in the jury. They don't trust him. They're uncomfortable around him. And sometimes it's kind of giving what Survivor season was it when the guy made everyone uncomfortable? It's giving that where they want to get him out because they don't like him for those
he's
reasons.
And he's also giving very much Caleb to Amber B vibes from a while back to my girl Hannah. So, we
So
get
as-
a little bit of something.
Yeah. So the wild card list is actually very short tomorrow. The people who can play. I think it's going to come down to just Brittany, Whitney, and Claire playing because everybody else is Hannah, Ozza, or not Hannah, Ozza, Derek F, Tiffany, Kylan, or it's all black people. That's the point.
But also can play.
No, I'm saying like I'm listing everybody else who is eligible is black. The people that aren't eligible or in trouble are Brittany, Whitney, and Claire. Okay. So, which I don't think Claire's in trouble, but I'm saying she'll probably end up playing because I think Tiffany might save her opportunity. Derek X will probably save his opportunity again.
Yeah,
and then that other team. Who's on the other team? I always forget the damn team. But yeah, it's probably going to come down to Brittany, Whitney, and Claire playing in the wild card tomorrow, unless they send it to random draw again, and then Derek X get picked. But it'll probably come down to that.
I don't see Brittany playing. Brittany won't play.
Do you think Derek F or Oz is going to play?
Yeah.
I think Brittany might play because of what happened last.
Yeah,
she has to get the votes, and you know what? No, you're right, because I think Ozza will let her play.
Yeah, I don't think Ozza or Derek F will want to burn.
They're not going to care because of the cookout. They're not going to care. Xavier's not putting them up. No, unless something crazy happens. Xavier isn't putting up Derek F or Ozza. So Brittany will be like, "Okay, girl, go fight for yourself. Calm down. You know, and give her a peace of mind."
My question is, how long do we think this twist is going to last with the wild card? Yeah, because after this week, the only people that are eligible to play would be the 2 people that doesn't play from the Jokers, the 1 person that doesn't play for the Kings, 2 people from, 1 person from the Kings, 1 person from all the other teams. So
yeah, I just think it's the last week for me. My thoughts.
I think so as well. Unless they do something and switch it up.
No. It's going to go for 2 more weeks, this week and the next week, because Julie said at the beginning of the season that you're not eligible to play again unless everyone on your team has already played, meaning it doesn't matter.
That makes sense.
It doesn't matter.
So it might go 1 more week.
You're right, Josh. You're right. Look at you. Look at that mind. Look at that mind, baby.
Yeah, because after next week, everybody would have played, right?
Yeah.
So not after tomorrow, but after next week.
But after next week, I don't think wild card would even be in. I think it'll be 4 weeks, and I think wild card will go away, and maybe
hopefully they got something else. Hopefully it's just a job.
Do we need anything else though?
I mean,
I don't think we do. I think maybe if they could give us a oh my god, what's that room? We haven't done that room since like season 14. The room in the HOH room.
The coop?
Pandora's box.
Pandora's box. Yeah, it's been ages. I would love to see something like that come back in the house.
Just not too like overpowered or crazy. Just keep the coup out. I don't want any coup d'etats. Just keep that away. Give me a diamond. I'll take a diamond power veto or something like that. That's okay.
Yeah. Bring some old stuff back. I ain't gonna lie. Pandora's box would kind of get me up. Haven't seen it in a minute. Diamond would get me up. A coup d'etat would even get me up. Y'all don't like it, but I need.
No, it's like I don't like it. It's just a lot.
Yeah,
like I'll be pissed if I got the wrong person.
Right.
So
the wrong person that could change a lot. So it's in the season, but we're honestly getting what we've been asking for in the like Twitterverse. Like we literally got freaking Travis, then Frenchie, probably Brent this week. Like if all the BB gods say the same, like it's very interesting that like they're getting people who's in that Twitterverse that like obviously they see those same patterns and they're like, okay, we're giving y'all what y'all want to see. Now we'll let y'all sit there and cry at 10 when it's all your faves still there, and then y'all could just be happy that y'all get a good season no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, if we go into stats, I just thinking back, what 3 weeks we've had where it hasn't been a person of color. Can anybody think of the last season?
No, honestly, I'm just happy. It's amazing 2 black men back to back.
Maybe oddly, y'all. I think we can go back to season 15. Maybe. Yeah.
Surfer Boy went home first. Second was Nick. Third was
Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin. Mm-hmm.
Or Jeremy. Caitlin or Jeremy. One of them.
It was one of the 2.
It was back to back.
Yeah.
For the recent season, it's been very interesting stat.
Yeah,
because all we had was Howard and Candace, so they was involved in all that.
But to be fair, the black people that season, for example, Candace had Alyssa, if I'm not mistaken, to some degree. So they did have some people in that house that didn't exclude them completely.
In my proxy, they mean Alyssa had Howard.
Mm-hmm. They had Helen as well, so yeah.
Helen was.
What are you munching on? What is this?
Let's put the spotlight on you.
He was munching, baby.
All I heard
I need the clip of Lance's face when that happened, because Lance looked up. He was there with the
in my ear. I'm like, is the producer trying to tell me something? I'm like, is the producer trying to tell me something or what?
I'm so sorry, y'all.
We're gonna call that the munch cam. Y'all turning up already, Lance?
No, we're not turning up. I'm just look. That's Jonathan Thibault right there in the corner. Shout out to Black Boy Watch. Shout out to Jonathan Thibault.
I just want to say, whatever this is, whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it.
We are.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Period.
We're black boys watching.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Season 2 is off to a great start.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua?
So
I was. Mm-hmm.
What
It's a little funny.
Let's keep it moving.
Lee, what did she say?
It didn't stick. It didn't stick. And I don't want to talk about it. All right.
Wait, what did he say?
What did Lee say?
Lee, we can't
I
hear
said-
you. Production. Can you get him a microphone check, please?
Do you keep muting on purpose? That's my bit. I am the one that can do that. Oh.
And I.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Okay, let's go.
So HOH tonight. Wait, we've been talking about. Oh no, we gotta get to eviction.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just picked up gumbears and started eating them. I'm so sorry. It's good though. Eviction, y'all. We get to this eviction. They go into diary room one by one, as we all know, and Frenchie leaves us, y'all. 11-1. Derek F is that one vote, y'all. It should have been unanimous. There was no reason. There was absolutely no reason for that one
Derek
vote.
was not.
He's infatuated.
Derek was giving him that vote.
No matter what.
I was so disappointed.
I'm so mad too.
No. I'm not disappointed that he voted to keep Frenchie. I actually really like that. Just because, like, I
That's
hate
something
him.
you would do, girl.
I
That's so
would
you, girl.
I would
That's so
give
you.
word.
I
I would
hated
give
him.
word as well.
And here's why. Here's why I was disappointed. I'm like, he did that whole voting thing, gave him a hug. I was expecting tears and, a fight. Like, y'all did this to Frenchie.
He was
How
holding it back.
could you? All of you. Like, I wanted something, and he didn't deliver any of that. And he's the
He
type
was
of person
holding
that
back
would
the
have.
tears.
You said you wanted seasoned salt. He gave salt and pepper. Gotcha.
Apparently, his food's not that good either, according to Derek X.
Yeah.
So he said it's just not, and like I'm sure, like I don't know how to compare.
I'll stick to Tiffany's cooking because they've been loving it.
I mean,
Tiffany and Ozza too. She's been
he
cooking.
did put. I don't know. This is no shade to anybody else who does this, but I just never heard of this. He did put blue cheese in his buffalo chicken dip,
Exactly.
and I make mine with ranch. So I don't
Wait,
know.
the base of his
I'm a ranch
buffalo.
girl.
Wait
it
a
was,
second. Wait.
It was yes.
Ranch.
It was blue cheese.
Josh likes
dressing.
blue cheese.
I
Remember
do
Josh when
like
we had that
blue
debate?
But
Wait
not
a
the
minute.
base
Last
though.
time I saw
Not
you.
the base. The
Not
base
the
will
base.
not be blue
Blue
cheese.
cheese is okay, but it cannot be the base of your buffalo chicken
Blue
dip.
cheese
Like,
is disgusting.
mm-mm.
It's
Me and
absolutely
Josh
disgusting.
literally had a debate when we was with him. We had Artie Wings from Wingstop, and we first of all, the Wingstop for one didn't give us none of our right shit. So that's one.
Wait a minute. Because remember when I was like, "Is that everything?" And she's like,
Yeah. And then they had an attitude. They had an attitude. So we get back to Josh's place. We check the bags. Don't have our two orders of Parmesan fries. No, nothing. So we go back.
Did you guys go back?
I sure the fuck did. That's like, look,
Okay,
the fries hit, and I
How
paid
far
for
were you
Always.
guys? How far were you guys?
So
Like,
I'm not that far.
it's not that far. But the crazy part is we had asked her for some extra ranch and extra blue cheese because she said they had some in the bag, but we wanted some extra because there was a lot of us eating off of it. We get back to the place, check the bags. It's just the wings, no ranch, no blue cheese. So if we wouldn't have did what we did, we wouldn't have had no ranch or blue
Like, they
cheese.
gave us this big old container of ranch and said, "Here y'all go." And I think she knew she didn't put nothing in there. She's like, "This should do."
I've never had a ranch better than Wingstop, so I probably would have went back.
The
to
ranch
Wingstop.
was busted.
And the blue
ranch was
cheese.
Yes, Alex.
Period.
Alex was there.
So
baby.
blue cheese is so. Listen, blue cheese. I'm like an X on it, big X. Like it's a mood. It's a mood dip for me. Like I have to be like in the mood
I
to
would
like
throw up.
try it.
I would
Can't.
throw up as well.
the clumps,
Okay.
all that. It's just the clunky parts of me. No, thank you. So the thought of him making this the base to mix
Yes.
with all the
I
other
would
ingredients to the buffalo chicken dip, it would have sat in the pan for me, baby. Now he'd have been mad at me because I'd have made my own little dish on the side, and people would have been drawn to my good ass
Right.
buffalo chicken dip over here, baby.
Someone should have told him how wrong that was. And I think people are afraid to let Derek F know, like, sometimes his shit does stink a
would've
little
been-
bit.
Yeah, how you don't like my buffalo chicken dip? That is a Philly favorite from my daddy, baby. Like, babe. Like, come on now. That's
Is
my
Derek
daddy's
F here?
recipe.
I feel like he is
Huh?
here. Derek F is here right now. You
No,
know, spot on,
Derek-
baby.
Hey, Derek F is definitely. I will say, look, I wasn't here when y'all did cast analysis, but he has a great mix of Lance and Josh. When how many people have messaged me
Josh said
saying, "Lance, are you a Big Brother?" They was like, "Also, your friend. He looks like your friend Josh." I was like, "Don't try us, baby. Come on now. We
Mom
support
said
him."
that tonight, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I
I will
don't see it. I
I
don't see
don't-
it.
They saw a big fat black man with a
Period.
beard,
Here
And
and
they
a bald
go.
head.
Yeah.
And a bald head.
and you got the ball. I don't have the ball head. You have the ball head. So like to a T, they're like, oh, Lance, bald head, the beard, Derek F. And I'm like, look, here's the deal. I know I'm fat, black, and gay.
Period.
But I am also jumping off the Derek F train, so I can say this a lot easier. We're not the same. We're not the same. Not the same. So
Similarities, but not the same.
yeah, I think I'm with him with the Actually, no, I'm not with him with the frozen bread because I actually do freeze my bread. If I buy more than one loaf, I'm putting it in the freezer to like.
I've done that before too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
That
shame you that freezer bread because I've seen it done before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all that, but I can't do it. Y'all, I have a secret of my own, and I'm gonna spill it, y'all, just to y'all, nobody else.
Let's leave
Guys,
it.
So I don't.
team.
I don't put my bread in the refrigerator, but if I have a bag of chips that I've opened, those do go in the refrigerator.
Wait,
Oh,
those
never
go in
did
the
that.
refrigerator because blank.
Those go in the fridge. And this is so everybody says this when they say why they put something in the refrigerator that shouldn't be in the refrigerator, but I put my chips in the refrigerator after they're open sometimes because I want to keep them fresh.
Okay.
So yes.
I'm not gonna, I'm not. You
Questionable.
didn't ask for my thoughts on that, so I am not going to. My thoughts
Yeah.
on that. So
Yeah.
happy
Like
for-
Giovanni say, sir, what? What
you know,
Giovanni say?
we ain't been doing
Sir,
that.
what?
Eat your cold chips. Eat your cold chips.
Now get fresh chips, y'all. Yes. But I mean, I have heard of the bread in the freezer thing. I don't do that.
I've heard of
But
it.
I've heard of it. Yes. My chips are getting fresh.
Well,
so.
what bread do y'all be buying that be expiring 4 months
I-
later?
I think it's people who just maybe they buy a bulk of it because at one of my jobs I used to work at, we used to
Yeah.
buy a bunch of bread. We froze it thin, but that was obviously because we bought a bunch of it. But
Yeah.
I don't know about buying just a loaf just to throw in the freezer if you're gonna use it in 3 or 4 days, So
Well, no, because I
Look,
don't do that.
Lana said it right. This is why they make chip clips. Her. Yes, Lana.
Back to the matter at hand, which is the bread. Why does y'all bread expire like 4 months later?
I don't know what bread expires 4 months later. It should be. First of all, Josh, what are you thinking? Bread should be expiring 7 months later?
Bread is like it's food that like you make in like an oven. It's like a bakery item.
Josh, no, store-bought
I-
bread cannot be lasting longer than like a month, or if that, Josh.
Correct, which is why I'm confused why the bread was lasting so long. Because
that's why they put it in the freezer to preserve. Oh, you mean the date? Because the date on the bag is
October. How does the bread? And that's why people are like they don't put their bread in the freezer because like the date is in October, so you don't need to. But I'm like, what bread are you buying that expires 4 months later?
But it's like a gluten-free bread, so it has different ingredients to where it's not the same as a regular like a bunny bread that you would buy or something like that. So,
well, but also if you do leave it out, it will mold because of the moisture. So maybe that's why the freezer is there to keep it from molding before that date.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
It will mold if you open it, though.
No, even if you just let it sit there.
It doesn't have to be open to mold.
Sit there, because the outside moisture, regardless, like some houses are hotter than colder.
Look at Josh, like you learn something new every day.
Buy your next
Wait, no.
bread, Josh,
No. That's a fact. That's a fact that I know that. But
no, it does not have to be open.
It doesn't have to be open.
Here is my question, and here's what is not making sense. If it molds, why is the date still October? Why is it not like August, September when it would mold quicker?
Oh, you know what? I think that's a question for that company.
Yeah,
it sure is. It
it's
is
the best buy date.
Because that doesn't make any sense.
Research,
Yeah, we'll have that ready for the next podcast. So,
yeah, it's so I know that's a lot of those dates on those packages are like to sell by dates and stuff like that. But I do get why you're questioning why the date is so far because, like I said, on a standard loaf of bread, like a bunny or I don't know Wonder or something like that, it's maybe you get like 2 weeks to a month. But to get October, that's different. But like I said, it could just be because of it's a gluten-free bread, so it has different ingredients. So maybe it can preserve longer or something like that. I don't know. We don't know. It's Brittany's bread that she no longer has because
like
video. Oh my god! Listen, he should thrown it away. Don't get me wrong. He should not have thrown it away because
but it was funny, goddamn it! It was funny.
Man, he's fucking white.
Oh my
and just was like
blew that shit like a hot cake, baby.
Y'all, the way he tossed it was so funny. And went about his day, y'all. Right after, I was like, oh my god.
There's none.
It was he shouldn't have thrown it away. It was disrespectful. But that was a funny moment.
Because he could have put it right back in the freezer. It wasn't bothering him, but he was just like, why is this here? Nobody's even eating this. And then October, he was shook because it's October. Oh my god.
I also wait. Can I say he's like white people do this shit, but like also like it's not the actions are it's giving Frenchie. It's giving Frenchie saying one thing, but the actions are not lining up with like. And I'm not saying Frenchie couldn't be his like number one, but like he was down bad with that. I will say. So.
Speaking of Frenchie, that's another thing I wanted to get in. So we're gonna go back to the eviction real quick. So Frenchie's evicted 11-1. He goes out and he's having his sit down with Julie, and y'all, this is where I start to cringe again because Frenchie, you're gonna die on this hill. Of you were here to change it for the world. You were here to do something different for the people and this and this and that. That would be okay, Frenchie, if you stuck with that from day one and continued on every 16 days that you were in that house on that same journey of changing this game and doing this for the people and not wanting to see this person leave and this person leave, you know. It just didn't work out like that. And I hate that he wanted to continue that same narrative tonight of, oh, Julie, you know, I'm tired of seeing the old guy leave and that's why I did it. And hopefully I set the tone for seasons to come. It's like, stop.
Also, it's just kind of sick because, like, old men typically it's a very mixed with how they do. For example,
they do well. To me,
Cliff was Final Four.
Cliff was Final Four. Jerry was Final 3. Who else was in Chicken George?
Kevin was in game as well.
Kevin made pretty far. Yeah. This whole stigma with old men. He wants to be oppressed so bad, but I'm like,
Donnie was America.
Donnie was a good game, a favorite. Like it just a lot of things he said just didn't make sense, and it's just like because he couldn't stick to that kick about not nominating a minority or a woman because he did that. He switched it to old people. You were the old person this season, you know. Tiffany, another woman that's 40. She's the oldest person in the house. Yes, but Frenchie looks like he has at least 10, maybe 10, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years on Tiffany. So you're right. He didn't change anything. He nominated the same people he said he wanted to not nominate it. But I don't know. I'm happy that he's gone. We don't have to hear that narrative anymore. I'm sure he's gonna come to Twitter. That'll probably be some of his first couple of tweets, but then he'll immediately be shut off because the people aren't gonna have it.
Well, now, like, TBH, I want to go look at the stats of like older men on the show and see like how well they've done and pull up an average because I don't think he knows the show well enough. Maybe I don't either.
No.
So we're gonna see who's white in the scenario, and I really think it's gonna be me.
He was like looking for accolades. Like he wanted to prove the things that he originally said, but he went back on it. And he's just like looking for something to cling on to that makes him feel better about himself. Honestly, like when he answered that question, I think Julie was even uncomfortable. Like,
and I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening. Like,
oh, baby.
For not even just Twitter, but like he'll be invited to Hearts of Reality, which is in December, and they've already released some of the people who are coming.
He better show up with that shit he was taking from the house guest. I know that much.
I just think he's going to be shocked at the amount of people who either don't want to talk to him. Like he's not going to be this popular player that he really thinks he is because he's doing good. Like everyone else is here for charity. You're not the only one that's doing good, and we're not going to pat you on the back. And before we move on, white men tend to always do this. They always do this. They're like, oh, I'm doing this good deed. Oh, I'm doing this. You know what? I took the trash out today. My wife usually does it, but I took out the trash. And I deserve praise and a pat on the back. I cooked dinner today. The wife usually cooks dinner, but I did it, and I deserve a pat on the back. Like white men do that shit, and I think that's just what Frenchie's mindset is in. So I'm over it.
Yeah, and yeah, I keep saying this, but just the collecting the items from the house guests. I don't know if y'all watched that, but it was so cringe.
No.
Him going around asking everybody, "Hey, do you have this that you want to donate to charity?" I'm going to Heart to Reality, and I think he said October. And if you guys want to donate to something, like you can give me your items, write your names on it. And I'm just like, now when this stuff ends up on eBay, but
Heart's Reality is not even in October; it's in December. Like, I don't know
exactly.
what
They would literally be out of the house for that. So, like, why does Frenchie need to take this shit with him today?
and they'll all be invited, and
Literally, they'll all be there.
they'll be invited at
Invited,
least.
yes.
They will. I don't know if they all will show up, but they will definitely be invited, and I think they'll be even a higher priority than he will be. So
People will
everybody
want their
will get
stuff.
invited. They'll be out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's over, y'all. Frenchie is out of our lot until All Stars. Just kidding, he ain't coming back. Yeah. So Frenchie leaves 11-1. Anybody else got anything to add to that eviction?
No.
Claire's eviction.
What did you guys think of Brittany's rap?
Mute button. Can I
What
turn
would you
the
guys
TV
rate
down?
Brittany's rap? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10.
So,
She practiced the hell out of that rap.
Josh, you're on
That's
mute.
definitely-
Josh, you're on mute.
Josh, you're on mute. Josh, you're on mute.
Josh, girl, it's giving mute.
He's on mute on purpose.
Oh,
He's on
Brittany,
mute.
turn it down. Turn
He's on
it down.
purpose.
I think Xavier was right about her rapping skills earlier in the episode. So we
Xavier
probably
was
should-
like this the whole time.
yeah.
No, not Xavier.
Oh my
Kylan.
God.
Kylan. During her
During the
Kylan was
speech, yes, but Xavier was like, whenever she was rapping earlier in the episode, had some thoughts.
like, oh
and
yes,
I agree.
full-time career. No,
I didn't say it, but he
You
did.
can
You know.
tell she practiced the hell out of that. She didn't stumble. I'm so proud of her. She did good. At the end of the day, you could tell she was ready. Like, I'm gonna make a memorable finals, eviction speech. Girl, now we got to see this for 4 more times.
Dominique Cooper did it better.
Davon did it.
Devon didn't rap though.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
And
I'm talking
Dominic
about
Cooper
rappers.
is an artist.
Devon had some of the best speeches, but I'm talking about the raps. Yeah, Dominique Cooper is an artist. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Can we talk about Claire's goodbye message? Not goodbye message. When she went in to go vote, and she said, "I gladly vote to evict Frenchie."
Yes. Shout out to Claire.
Look, I don't care what y'all say. I still have my little crush.
Here we
on
go,
Claire.
Lee. Here we go, Lee.
Not the crush.
Here we go.
No.
Lance, you weren't here last week, but the girl, we were talking about our crushes, and
Lance, you need to break the time.
The girl said that they were crushing on Claire. Lance and Josh and Charlie were crushing on Claire. They want Claire to break their backs in.
My one little peg.
Look at her face.
No, I'm gonna
Look, she went
not
not.
on the topic long, but Claire is definitely a giraffe. But my crush is Colin all day, every day, baby. Like he doesn't
Same.
roll in my
Claire's
brain.
not
You
high on
guys-
the list.
I love a submissive man, and I'm telling you, that man, it seems like he could be very submissive, but also very dominant in some way, shape, or form. And when he speaks,
He's
my
a
heart just
choker.
flutters.
Colin's a choker. I see
Baby.
it. He's a
Baby, I just could see him. If this was the season I was on, you know how Derek F was so infatuated about Frenchie, I would be in Kai's bed every day. He would get to know Lance.
Oh my god.
He would know Lance.
same.
He would know Lance. I'm gonna tell you that much. And that
How
HOH
many
week,
y'all would
you would have
get
had a
that?
fun. You would have had a fun 6 days as HOH. I'll tell you that much. Baby.
No, agree. Like tonight, I watched with my mom, and every time Colin came on the screen, she was like, "Oh my god, you smile every time you see this man.
Ooh, it's just
What is it about him?"
ooh.
And it's like, "Oh my
Weird.
god, he's just so beautiful. Every time he smiles, it melts my heart. Oh,
Yeah.
love him."
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So the HOH competition. What y'all know about
the
Tyler
girls
Perry,
was first round. First of all, I can't speak. Brent went out first round, which was funny as hell. I think it was 5 of them was out. I know Brent, Tiffany,
Yeah, it
Derek
was a
F,
lot.
and 2 other people got out first round. But they just kept going. They were killing this. Dude, the highlight of that competition, Xavier won, but for me, the highlight was Derek X and Hannah.
And Hannah,
when they threw it on the same question, and then both of them immediately celebrated right after that. Iconic moment. I can't wait for them to see that after they come out. And it's a great moment because to know that they both of them could have challenged Xavier and go to that question and just been down to Xavier, Hannah, and Derek X. That's crazy, That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. It was an okay competition. I didn't really care for Tom Green, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, no time for me.
Didn't care for him, but I played along, and honestly, I was doing really good in this HOH. So proud of myself.
Alyssa did well too. I was shocked by how well
I did well. Did you? So you guys felt like you would have did well in this competition?
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't pay attention to time.
Like I missed one tonight. It was the one like where they were like the guy walked between the
walking through the
tea.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I noticed.
That was one of the easiest ones.
I knew somebody like walked through, but like I didn't know what letters it was.
I remember that because they showed that was when they first showed the second videos. That was the first thing that they showed, so I remember that when I first seen it. So yeah.
Yep, and the question that got him all tricked up. The guy said he likes to walk around naked, not nude, not naked.
Yeah, nude. Yeah,
and that got me.
I knew that immediately.
Yeah,
I was like, I was like, no, baby, let's go.
Hannah and Derek X talk. She said, why would someone say they want to walk around nude instead of naked? So she's like, duh, the answer would be false on that. But yeah, so I thought that was iconic how they threw it. They threw it on the same question. Both of them celebrated. Hannah was like, and Derek was like,
so cute.
So it was like
there
right next to each other. Like they did it. It was so dope. And they talked about it. I was happy that they talked because I was like, are they going to talk about this? The fact that they did this, and they did. Xavier wins this competition, y'all. I don't feel like Xavier needed to win. He was in a good spot. He said exactly. He said that he was not wanting to win. He didn't need to. He's always giving us camera talk, saying he's chilling. He's not doing this. Now he has to show some cards and. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I think he's in a good spot.
I think it goes
win,
back to what Lance said. I think Lance said it like he's set up for a perfect HOH week like Harlan.
Yeah.
So that could work out in his favor. But I do agree. Yeah. I don't think he needed to show any cards this week.
I think it's going to be a boring week.
Yeah. I mean, unless this wild card can shake some shit up, let's go. But let's get some nomination predictions. What were you saying, Josh? Sorry.
I do like to hear his voice, so it will be a good week because he'll have a lot of camera time.
As
far as nomination,
so as well.
It's so sexy. When he went into the diary room in this episode to cast his vote, I was like, "Ooh!" I felt that. Like literally, my prostate jumped a little bit. But as far as prostate. It did. Okay. Nominations, I think it's going to be simple. If things don't change with the wild card, I think we could see Whitney. I think we could see Brent.
Yeah, I agree. That's my two predictions: Whitney, Brent, and if anything crazy going on, I see Brittany being a possible pawn again.
Yeah,
I'm hoping Whitney doesn't touch the block. Her cuddling with Xavier should come into play this week, but not likely so. But I don't want to see Whitney be a target.
For me, I think it's going to be a combination of the three: Whitney, Brent, Brittany. If wildcard comes into play and changes things up, for me, I wouldn't mind seeing a Whitney win this week in the wild card, just because I know that Xavier said he wanted to target her. And me going against my favorites nominations, that's okay. Because as long as they don't put up each other, that's fine. So I want to see Whitney win this wild card and then see what happens after that. Because if Whitney wins the wild card, then what? Brent would it be the target? Alyssa could. Well, I don't know because it just depends if teams switch. We gotta wait till we find out what happens. With this wild card. I just hope it's used, and I hope they shake shit up.
We'll be on pins and needles. But y'all, do we have anything else we'd like to add to this? To this week of Big Brother?
I'm fine.
Yeah, it was a good week. We'd love to talk Drag Race too, but I just watched the episode and it just felt weird
I
after
didn't
it.
even
I need to
watch it.
Oh, Lynn says
Watch.
everybody's watching.
I haven't watched it either.
No spoilers. Okay, I won't say anything.
We could definitely go live
Yeah.
another day and talk some Drag Race because I don't think how much y'all.
It was
that
an interesting episode.
No spoilers for y'all, but this season seems so fake to me. Like I just can't get into like, is this a real season? Like I don't know.
Why? I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying that I don't know who's going to win. I will say that. However, this challenge was easily one of the most uncomfortable challenges I've had to watch. It was so bad. So bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's do our outros. We'll go backwards this time. So we'll do not me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Just want to say thank y'all so much for watching Black Boy Watch. You can find me on all platforms, Instagram and Twitter at I am King Lance. No space or underscores. That's all together. So that's I am King Lance. Black Boy Watch will be coming to you. Season 2 is coming to you bigger and better than ever. We're staying consistent. I will promise y'all that. We will make that happen. I'm just excited. So happy to be back with the boys. And we're giving y'all good shit. Y'all got stuff y'all want us to talk about? DM us, baby, at Black Boy Watch.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and supporting Black Boy Watch. I enjoy being a part of the show now, and I look forward to continuing and making sure we are consistent every week, giving you content. So thank you.
What up, y'all? Thank you very much for being here with us and chilling with us tonight. Great time talking about this week, week 2 in the Big Brother house for you all tonight. Yeah, just like the rest of the boys said, we appreciate it. We'll be back, every week with our consistent energy. Yes, we took that time off, and now we're back. We're stronger, and we're going to make sure we stay on top of each other so that we're here to give you guys the content and this stuff every week. With that being said, thank you all so much. I'm the last one, so we're going to head out. Good night, Eric. I'm just kidding. Yes.
Thank you, Derek, for that welcoming finale introduction. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Black Boys Watch. We have invested in this now. We have money actually flowing into this account. So I think we will be consistent. Otherwise, our money will be wasted. But thank you all so much. If y'all want to guest star on the show, please come on. This applies to our non-Black people as well. Just message one of us and come on. I'm really tired. Holy shit. We got to wrap up, y'all. I got work in the morning. Thank y'all so much for rocking Bad Boys.
Later.
Bye, y'all. Bye. Love
Good
y'all.
night.